Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to our Trash Can Derby Derby campaign. We're dropping into our first city battle of the entire campaign, fighting for the Free Worlds League against the Capellan Confederation, and the drop point, as usual, makes very little sense. So we see most of a lance over here, actually an entire lance over there, and we've got a raven just chilling right next to where we started. So, well, that's fun. We're going to reserve down, because as it stands right now, we have no good targets. Luckily, however, it looks like most of our Op 4 is in the 20 to 35 ton range, so light mechs all, or at least most. And that is somewhat comforting, because even though we do have that new shiny Marauder 3R, well, it proved it still can take a beating when, during the last mission, we took a DFA that sent us to the mech bay. Only for one day, true, but pallet injury took quite a bit longer to deal with. So some light fire coming in, and I'm not sure what that is. Yeah. Oh, okay, fire starter. FS9S. A little bit embarrassed I didn't recognize that one. So it looks like we've got 4 mechs over here to our east, and 3 to our northeast. Well, I guess it depends on the orientation, but I always figured this was north. Okay. Accidental fire going in on Marauders. It is interesting to note, usually in BTA 3062 in urban missions there is additional pay if you don't if you don't break too many buildings, but that's not a condition for us. So we have no obligation to be building friendly, shall we say. So the Raven does land a surprisingly high number of hits on our mech with 8 separate evasion pips, and I want this thing to die a horrible, horrible death before it can go too far. So how we're going to accomplish this is going in for a kick. Okay, so PPCs don't fire in melee, so that might not be the best option. I wonder if we can take Max and the Dervish and come around. Okay, I can't get a rear shot here, but a kick will open up everything. However, my accuracy is not phenomenal. So first we're going to move out the Hermes 2. Let's get him up, and here, 5 evasion pips, still able to fire in at the fire starter, which I think will be hopefully our first target. Only 3 evasion pips on him, looks like 4 on the Raven and the Flea. Let's see if we can land the tag. I think we do. And we actually land our full armament, so the large laser, 2 mediums, and the tag all going right in. Very nice. Don't see that every day. And, oh, this is our lamp, so we want the avionics turned on. Oh yeah, that's that sweet, sweet mobility that we're used to. And this guy is moving on 10, so we can afford to be a little bit precipitous with our movement. Remember, Irbies, even the Irby Lamb, can fire with a full torso twist, so we can shoot at anything that we can see. And I think, ooh, I don't know, we could go after the Owens, or we could just keep pounding that fire starter, and I think that I want the fire starter going. I want to do a keep during this mission. It does look like that FS9S, well, somebody has an AMS system. It's probably the Raven. Let's see. Who was it? Really? Come on, somebody has an AMS system. It was just shooting down my missiles. I don't know why it's not listed, or I just can't find hay in a haystack. Quite possible. Oh, Firestarter has it, and it did just jam with that as well. But we opened up the leg. one point of internal structure left in this Firestarter's leg because, well, apparently we can't quite get it done. So we're gonna go in with a kick on the Dervish. Should land. Yep, not enough to kill the leg, but we do knock evasive and follow up with all of those SRMs. We did open something up. It's a little hard to tell what. Do we want to follow up with the Marauder? That's the question. I think the answer is yes. We'll go in with the kick. Should be able to knock him over with this, which is what I want. Yep, left leg destroyed, and that Raven's gonna fall down. Bit of rock'em sock'em robots, but if it works, it works. The medium laser follow-up destroys the right torso, and this pilot is having a very bad day. If we're lucky, he'll even... Nope, okay, we didn't quite get a panic out, which I was hoping for, admittedly. So let's get up close and personal with that fire starter. This could be a bad choice. I want to lure them down without much evasion so I can really follow up with bigger guns. But this is a vulnerable position. So we'll hope it works out. Only able to land one gun on the fire starter despite pretty good accuracy, so I guess we pay for good luck from earlier. And I don't know where to move this Irby Lamb. No rear shots to be had up there, unfortunately, so I think we're going to be waiting. See what we can do. Their first mech is going to be the Flea. The Raven doesn't move until priority 7, which means we should be able to hit him while he's still down. The AI will always stand up pilot first if they have the opportunity, so the second it gets to priority 7, they will stand up the Raven. Fortunately, we have this UMR-90 that we can move back along this way. Let's prevent a rear angled shot from their main forces. And fire in. Should go for the... much armor. Let's go for the leg. Not able to get it. Probably should have gone for the core. Oh, no, both legs destroyed. Huh, I didn't think we got that, but first mech down. Feels pretty good. Let's see what we can do here. They've got a bunch more moving at 8. This is just going to be... It's going to have to be, you know, they're floating around. We're going to have to try and pin them down, get rid of their mobility, get in and just savage them with the Dervish and the Marauder. Now we do lose 2 pips of evasion off of the Irby Lamb, which says, to me anyway, that it's time for us to move. Because we need max evasion on this thing at all times, if at all possible. So let's run up here. I guess fly up there. And we have 2, 3, well, these are all good choices really. We have a rear shot on the Flea, but with horrible accuracy. Don't need much though. We'd only, well, okay, it's decent damage mitigation. We have an okay shot on the Urban Mech, but it's only sporting a small laser. Or we can go after the FS9H, which I think is probably the best decision. Decent accuracy on the ER Smalls, middling accuracy on the SRM4s. But they do fire both of them this time, just goes to show how streaks can be a little inconsistent. But when you roll hot, so take what we can get. That is an arm down, knocks a medium laser and a flamer off of that fire starter. And there are worse things, right? There are better things, but there are also worse things. The other one's jumping. Oh, that's another group sensor lock. I don't like that at all. We need to move the Hermes now. He's down to 1 evasion pip from 5. But we don't have priority, nor will we for another couple AI moves. Everything else that they have is moving on 8. That'll be 2, so that'll be the Raven, the Owens, and the Fire Starter. I do like the Owens. I would like to pick up pieces for that, but I may or may not have bought a supercharger at the store when we got here, so we're down to 100,000 C-bills again. Well, maybe not the best long-term financial decision, but you know, that's how it goes. Alright, so they aren't able to land much. Raven 4X is the last thing to go. And he's doing what I want him to do, which is to run up right close to me so I can hopefully just corner him with 2 really large and angry mechs with way more guns than he has available. Let's see what we can do. That's a nice run around from the Hermes. I think that'll be maybe a good idea. I can get a rear shot on the fire starter, but won't really get me much. Not exactly great accuracy. Okay, well, what else can we do? Let's see. Let's wait everything so we can move everything, so we can look at our full range of options. What kind of accuracy can we get there? Not great. Great. The Hermes can run up and why can't I kick you? I can kick you. Good. We're gonna kick this Raven. Only 2 evasion pips on the Hermes, but I don't think they're gonna have enough guns to really get through that very easily. And now, that Raven doesn't have any evasion available to him, so instead of a -6 to hit, now, well, we have wonderful accuracy on that guy. So we'll move up the Marauder 3R, and let's see what we can do. Double PPC, double medium laser. Here we go. And of course, miss an 88% chance to hit with the PPC. That probably would have finished off that Raven. Okay, maybe not, but certainly would have pounded through something. Knocked the piece off, or at least come very close to it. Move up with the Dervish, and hopefully finish this guy off with that sweet, sweet SRM-16. See what we can do. Surprisingly, no. Actually, only one missile landed on the exposed structure in the right torso, and it wasn't enough to knock anything off. So, nothing doing. Okay. Well, here's a solution to that, to maybe take another one of these mechs off the field. Derby Lamb is just doing what he does best, moving from one side of the battlefield to the other and back again. Full out striking back the Owens. XL engine crits, blowing right through his rear armor, and just not enough to bring that mech down, because we splashed onto the right arm again, so only 13 left on his internal center rear TC. Oh, head hit. Pilot bleeding out. Ridgehound's bleeding out. No. Max is bleeding out in the Dervish. Well, we have 3 activations left to win this fight, then. Because if we lose that pilot, or if we lose that mech, we're going for good. I'm not sure we'll be able to do it, to be honest. Let's see what we got, though. 3 is pretty generous. Oftentimes it's 2 or 1, and at that point, if you're not winning the next turn, basically toast. Not being able to kill the Raven is a bit of a blow. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. We're gonna have to kill one thing each turn with the Dervish and the Marauder each to get that done. Firestarter jumping in, thankfully no DFA. Probably would have been suicidal for that mech. Well, no, he's not the injured Firestarter, so that would have been alright for him. That's the injured Firestarter. I got nice up close and personal, which I actually don't mind. It just means that I'm going to kick them with really large mechs. Okay, so let's see if we can get this going. Next turn, the Lamb kills the Owens. We need to go after something with Hermes. Urban Mech kills the Raven, maybe? That could work. We'll need to get a little bit lucky with killing the 2 Firestarters, but it's possible. We will get the first move at 7, so we will have a chance. So many just group sensor locks. That's pretty impressive to have that much electronic equipment on board. So we have the first move, but it's not a great one. I'm almost tempted just to kick the flea, let the Raven be in peace, because I don't think, well, no, you know what, let's do this. Come up here, kick this Raven. You can take his leg down, he'll drop to moving to 6. Right leg destroyed. Come on, kill him. Kill him, kill him, kill him. Ooh, pilot eject. We needed that. Still 6 mechs to kill, and only 3 activations of that Dervish until we lose a pilot. So, here's the first one. Can we punch anybody? Yes. I can't get a rear shot on anybody, and because we're injured, we're going to take massive debuffs to our own accuracy, which is not something that I had kept in mind. So let's go on the move. This Firestarter has a damaged leg, so let's see if we can damage it even more. And if I take a look here, target move plus 8. Okay, that's why they all have just stupid amounts of evasion. See if we can do something about that. No, so I mean we did get rid of the evasion, but we couldn't take out either leg. Missiles do it? No. Do get rid of an arm. And that mech is falling over. It's possible we could get another panic out here. Kinda need that. Pilot bleeding out, 2 activations remaining. Unfortunately that clock does not work for us. And we still have we have 1 single point left for that guy, for his leg. Well, we can go in and we can kick him with the Firestarter, but I almost want to kick, sorry, with the Marauder, I kind of want to kick the other one. You know what? No, here's what we're going to do. We can move right here, only one evasion pip, not the best facing. But we're going to shoot in with really good accuracy, and we're going to core this guy out. So I've had it with that mech. Okay, so we have 5 left. 2 turns left with the Dervish before he's dead. Edmund and the Irby Lamb. Let's see what we can do. That Owen Scout's up there. Okay. That could be a kill. Could also potentially get a kill on the Flea, but I'm not worried about killing the Flea quickly. Because that's actually one of the easier things to do. The Urban Mech has a surprising amount of armor. That'll have to be a consideration. Let's go in for Precision Strike on the Owens. I want this thing dead. Give me dead now. Easily done. Probably a waste of the Precision Strike, but we gotta get a move on. So there's only 4 of them left. Not too worried about returning fire unless they get another lucky head hit again. Let's see what should be moving. Yep, that's the Flea. Rear attack. Was that a coil? Ooh, if I had known that was a coil, I would have taken that mech a lot more seriously. Yeah, that's a coil. Well, mistakes were made, but what can you do? So, actually, you know what we can do? We can move right here. Nope, that's not good accuracy, because this guy has evasion pips. He's going to move at 8. We're all going to move at 8. Let's just reserve. The reason I'm doing this now is because I want them to not get any more evasion after I melee them. So if I was to melee that guy with the Urban Mech then, and then he just moved, well, I wouldn't really be able to get the benefit of that for shooting. Because he'll have evasion pips again, jump jets on that guy, and he does use them. Rear attack going in on the Marauder. Decent bit of damage, but nothing too bad. Pushing up toward the red line, but fortunately no ammunition means no risk of ammunition explosion, it's just a risk of shutdown. It should be pretty low at low overheat values. Okay, another fire starter moving against the Dervish. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Ooh, I'm kind of just telling myself that now, though. Okay, well, the Urban Mech might actually be a good match for the Flea. We could do that, or we could do a Precision Strike, but I want to sink some heat first. So let's go into the kick. This thing has very little armor on its legs, which means if we can follow that kick up with any sort of structure exposed, good. Not great, but good. Yeah, okay. So the leg structure exposed, the right arm is structure exposed. That's okay. Let's actually follow it up now with the Hermes. Can I get a rear side kick on that? No, I can get a left side, which is where that leg is already damaged. Let's do this. Rock'em Sock'em Robots for the win. We can. Shouldn't have said that, now we're gonna lose. At least lose a pilot. Left leg destroyed, extra damage should travel up through that CT. Doesn't look like it. That is a knockdown though, so the Flea is slowed down to moving on 8. Which means they will stand him up first. Actually 7, because of the kick it and the knock. Good, means we have a chance to really see if we can finish that mech off. 3 evasion pips there. I don't want to do the most shooting though, because we're pushing a little toward the red line. Not best positioning. That's a better positioning. Yeah, it's a much better positioning. We're going to go in for a kick here. We'll drop most of our heat in single time, which means that we can open up the next round with PPCs again if we need to. Marauders lost evasive, double medium laser to the rear arc. But now is our Dervish activation. And he is not doing well. Bleeding out. Why can't I move very far? Is that something I just didn't know about when... Yeah, it could be. I don't see it as an active fact. Reducing accuracy. Yeah, we should be able to move farther than this, but we can't. So that would imply it's something about the injury that we've sustained. If that's the case, let's just kick the fire starter and open up with all the guns. So, okay. Structure opened, pilot panicked. All the missiles, his right leg destroyed. That guy's gonna fall over. Very nice. That's the knockdown we needed. I'm just hoping one of these guys either passes out or panics out. There it is. Panic out. 3 mechs left. 2 turns left with which to kill them. And that Irby is looking like a very tempting target, but instead, we need to come over here and finish off the fleet, because I don't want that coil firing. And they will stand him up and go to town if I don't. So, bring that other leg if you can. Yeah, okay. I think we got the entire mech with that salvo. This is why I will never, ever, ever voluntarily run a flea as part of my own plans. Because he's just gonna get killed. Okay. 2 mechs left. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So the Irby can move. Let's just let the other Firestarter move. I see no reason to move before he does. Do what we can with the most knowledge possible. And with minimum enemy flexibility possible. Oh, he's really thinking. Okay, another rear strike on the Marauder. We do risk having exposed structure there. Kind of sounded like it. Let's take a look. No, only 20 left on the rear right torso though, so we do need to stop taking those hits. We're gonna come up here with El Duce and going for precision strike. Structure exposed, but nothing destroyed. Means we'll need to follow up there with the Hermes. Following up here with the Hermes means that I don't have the Hermes available to me to try to kill that Firestarter. Cascade sort of affects that, and what we need to head for so they don't get stuck like I just did. 1 activation remaining. We need to go on the run. I shouldn't have. You know what? We're gonna do this. First, to get maximum accuracy, I want to kick this guy first, because otherwise the Dervish won't have great accuracy. There's the kick, structure exposed on the leg, lost evasive. Very nice, those 2 evasion pips are gone. We don't get to open up with PPCs, but that is just the price that we have to pay here. Just gonna go on a walk to avoid the sprint penalty. Precision strike, fortunately available. Kill this mech's leg. Left leg down, and that pilot's fallen over. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. No bleed out, no panic out. And our next activation with the Dervish is our last. If we cannot finish the mission by then, we will lose a mech and a pilot. So, here's the Irby Lamb. Give me a dead urban mech, please. And not yourself. Preferably out. Yep, that's a dead mech. There's only 1 left. Can we beat the clock? Oh my goodness. Alright. I can't delay down the 7, because if I delay down the 7, they'll pick him back up. And I don't want them to pick him back up. Let's get El Duce over there in the UMR90. How much does he have left? 19. Go for that core. Overheat. It's okay. Just get me a kill. No kill. So that Firestarter is standing back up. Has a chance to move again. Has a chance to DFA. Has a chance to ruin my day, as much as that unintentionally rhymed. Or did it? And we have 2 mechs left to try and kill that guy before he kills our pilot from Bleedout. Okay. Well. Reserve. 5. I'm gonna kick you. Do I want to kick you, or do I want to... So there's 1 leg left on this guy, which means that the kick would land on it, but it wouldn't do enough to destroy it. Oh, this is make or break right here. Do I have to move in order to shoot? No, I don't. Precision strike gives me excellent accuracy. Let's go in for the shot here. Even a single PPC, even a single medium laser to the CT, and this is a dead mech. There it is. Our pilot survived on his last turn before he would have just been straight up killed, and before we would have lost a 8 million C-bill mech that we had to pay for earlier on in the campaign. Oh, that was a doozy. Thank you guys for hanging around, and we'll see y'all again real soon.